Oh crap! Wait a minute. No, no, cancel. What was I supposed to be? Oh, I was supposed to switch this thing up. Okay. All right. Let me switch. Okay, we live again. So I got 45 minutes before I can leave. All right, brother Aaron was good with you, man. Okay, so um, what I was saying in the last live feed was pretty much it's pretty much the same narrative that I use basically every time I go on live. So it's not like I was saying anything extraordinary other than the fact that um, people need to assess their situations and stuff, right? Going back to the question that brother DL said about what do you think I should do, in my opinion, and again, that's just my opinion, is that if you're a company driver, maximize every single thing and stuff that you can, right? Before you make any moves, you know, think on the business aspect and not on the emotional aspect. Maximize your money because there are things that are going to happen every single place that you go, and it's not exclusive to this particular carrier, that carrier, whatever. If you stuck somewhere, it doesn't matter. You could be at the greatest carrier in the world, and you're going to be stuck somewhere at a shipper or at a consignee. Things are going to go wrong, those sort of things. Then, so you have to think level headed. You have to think on the business aspect and not think emotionally about stuff so that you don't talk your way out of money that should be owed to you. You know, um, you know, your interaction should be on a business platform and only on a business platform. If you're going to be emotional, be by yourself. That's one of the great things about being in this truck is that when you're by yourself, yeah, you can get all angry and upset and use all type of profanity and obscenities or whatever, as long as you're in the confines of where nobody can hear you. Because, you know, and after you get all that stuff out, then let's put our thinking caps on and stuff and think on a business aspect, right? Because money is always involved. You see, when you go to any place of business or whatever and stuff, if the people that are there are about business, then they're always going to be thinking about the dollars, which is why you're not going to be disrespected, you know, in some places as opposed to other places where people don't have to think about money as much. It's like, well, my money's secured, so it doesn't matter what kind of attitude or what kind of tantrum I throw, right? I'm still gonna get my money at the end of the week. But you see, when everything that you do involves around you making money, then you see, that's where you have to, you put your checks and balances. You wonder why certain businesses began to um, downsize. They downsize because they're full of emotional people that think that the rules and stuff don't apply to them and stuff. Oh well, I can go in here. I can be as disrespectful to people as I want to be, and so people get in that mindset to say, "Well, daggone man, you know what, dude, I don't feel like going here, man. I don't feel like going here." Just like when I was doing automotives, the reason why they shut that Ford plant down over there in Cincinnati because everybody in there was arrogant. You had a lot of people that were in there that was they weren't thinking on business. So what they would do, they would throw attitude so bad and stuff. And you sitting over here, you got freight on the back of your truck that consists of this place um, building things, right? And so now, it's gotten everybody's mind to where you look, I don't want to go to that Ford plant in Cincinnati. So people stop going. You know, Everybody stopped going and stuff. And then the ones that did go, they raised the rates up and stuff, by 4 times. And so they couldn't afford to keep the place in operation, and that's why they laid everybody off. Because if everybody's attitude, oh well, see, I'm union, right? So I can go in here and I can fuss with drivers and stuff like that. Even though these drivers got the freight that we need in order to keep this plant going, I'm turning them away. And then, the people that runs the books and stuff like that, your suit and ties, they're looking and saying, well, okay, well, what's going on with the productivity? We sitting over here, we got to pay a trucking company twice for them to deliver some stuff that's supposed to be delivered the first time. Why would they turn it away? Well, because, they putting it on the drivers and saying, well, the drivers are running to the altercations. And so, they make the phone call to the trucking company and they already got their checks and balances in order. They saying, well, hey, they ran into an issue with one of your employees, and so we had to bring the freight and stuff back, and we holding it here, and this is how much it's going to cost to get it redelivered. So maybe you need to speak with some of your staff and stuff about the way that they handle business, and you won't be running into these issues. So they say, well, you know what? Let's shift our operation and stuff somewhere else, right? This is the opportunity that we need to get out of it free and clear. So, so they come in and they break the bad news to people and say, well, due to economical restraints or whatever, right? We're forced to have to downsize our operation or transfer our operation somewhere else to someplace more efficient. All because people attitudes and stuff like that. This is the main reason why retail is going out of business, by the way, because it's more of a convenience for people to deal with stuff online, because you don't have to deal with all the attitudes and stuff when you go into a place of business. Somebody, you're asking a question, trying to locate something, and they got an attitude with you. And their job is consist of them doing things on their business because they're not on their time, they're on somebody else's time, and they're paying you for that time, for the service that you render. But yet I can still do my thing or whatever, right? Go on to social media and stuff like that instead of taking care of business, right? And then the business is supposed to be operating the way it's supposed to. This is why a lot of these policies start coming out, and they just affect everybody because of the people that's in there saying, well, you know what? I don't care about nothing but get my paycheck on Friday. So, as drivers, we have to understand that things are going to happen, and it's not nothing personal, because if it was something personal, right, they would just get rid of you and say, well, you know what, hey, find you another job. But it's nothing personal, it's just the business. You got somewhere and the product wasn't ready, or for whatever reason, things ain't going the way it's according to supposed to, right? So, you go to step 2 and say, well, all right, I'll sit here and I'll be patient, but understand time is money, right? Time is money. It's not like I can go and do whatever it is I want to do and stuff like that. I got to stay and I got to wait here. So there's no point in me getting on the phone and arguing about the fact that I have to stay here and wait for this freight to come out whenever that's going to be. So while I'm here, okay, I'm going to make sure that I qualify for my detention and my layover and stuff, and then I'm going to go into other things that's constructive and dealing with business. So there's always something to do. When there's always something to do, then you see, well, I don't really have time to be emotional about anything. Everything is about business, and so you're maximizing your income to the best of your ability. So you're not having issues and stuff about talking to dispatchers about, okay, well, what do I need to do and stuff in order to make this money because I ain't getting it. Every week ain't gonna be a perfect week, even though we want it to be. It's just not gonna happen. Especially, people down there in the South, they should be understanding this. You got 2 storms that are coming down there in Florida. You got one coming in Florida, one right there in Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana right now. So, if you're in those areas and you ran consistently through there and stuff, then right now isn't a good time for you. Tropical storm or whatever, you don't want to be driving through that crap. Okay, let me just hold tight. So what they're going to say is that was an act of God and stuff. And being that was an act of God, we can't really compensate you on that. Ain't no point in getting upset about it. Just know, okay, we're not having hurricanes every single week or every day. This is just the business that we're in and stuff. And so, you just, you take the assessment, You take the L and stuff like that, and you just do better. You know. But don't be so quick to sit there and throw in the towel because you're not getting what you need to get in stuff at this particular company, with you being a company driver. Maximize everything to the fullest, and then when you see that, okay, I can't get anything and stuff, or I can't get any more and stuff, and then when I make this leave, right, I'm making it with the with the knowledge of knowing that I did all I can do here. So there's no regrets and stuff, and saying, well, okay, well, daggone, maybe I need to go back over into this carrier. Because you're going back and you think about all the time and stuff that was in between there, that had you stepped with the best foot forward, you could have went and had your whole plan implemented, and you could have been making money that much sooner to go into whatever it is that you're going to do. So, maximize everything to the fullest before you make your move. Because every place you go to is always going to be that certain it's always going to be that certain person that does that certain thing every single time. You at this carrier, that carrier is always going to be that one person that acts just like the other person, that makes things more difficult than when it has to be. Yeah, they're just like they're at that carrier, they're over here too. They just got a different name, same operation, making difficulty, making mountains out of anthills. They're there. So how do I formulate a strategy to deal with these type of people that make an issue out of everything? Because it's going to happen and stuff, right? These are one of the things and stuff that you have to deal with in business. You got people and stuff that are go-getters. You got people that aren't go-getters and stuff like that. They're lazy. Every single place you go and stuff, you got these people with these type of behaviors. So what do you do in a situation like that? As a business person, you formulate a strategy. You're always formulating a strategy to combat that, or what you're going to be contending with. And this is something that you have to do on an everyday basis. Something you have to work on and stuff, to a point where you deal with it just like the air you breathe. But yeah, it's just, like I said, the people that are close to me, it's amazing some of the things and stuff that they say to try to insult one's intelligence. They try to insult my intelligence to make me believe that there are things and stuff that are going on out here. And I mean, I'm looking at these same things too, Yeah, I would like, if you're talking about you're going to a company, you want to get into a lease program and stuff like that because you want to make money to go in business for yourself, absolutely. I want you to go into it. I want you to be successful. I don't want nobody to go in there and be used and stuff like that. But, understand what that operation is. It's not something that you go in there and you get comfortable with, right? But it's not something that you going in and saying, well, hey, it's an automatic failure. It's not, it's an automatic failure because I decided to go into a lease program and stuff. No, that ain't what it is. It's just, you got to have somewhat of a business mindset to learn certain things and stuff, learn certain operations, to move on to the next thing. Because, is it money in it? Yes. The problem is that, you're an own operator. Once you jump into the lease, the only difference is that the tool, or where you're getting the tools and stuff from, comes at a very high price. And so, you're sitting there, you're making money, but yet 80% of what you make is going into the tools that you're using in order to go out here and operate just as you were our own operator. You're just trying to get the expenses and stuff down. You're trying to get those expenses and stuff down. So, but then there's some things and stuff, if you're talking about making a move or whatever, right? Like those that sit there and close to it. I'm not saying not to do, if you're going over there to Prime or you're going to Stevens or whoever, just understand, okay, if I go into this thing, this has got to be a thing. It's got to be a business of consistency. I can't be going in here I can't be going in here and stuff, and then, I got this overhead and stuff, and then I'm sitting over here in a truck stop for 3 days because you're talking about there's no freight out here. You know, you know what my overhead is. You know what I got to have every week. This thing got to stay. This is an operation that got to stay moving 7 days a week. It ain't no 5 days. It's 7 days. So Saturday and Sundays included. I got to be making money consistently, because if I fall in the hole and stuff, I owe somebody. I got to owe you, and so now I got to step with the best foot forward to get you paid, so I can start making money for me to go out here and do the things I need to do. And then I'm sitting over here in a hole for 3 and 4 weeks. That's unacceptable. No business can operate like that. And me doing this and stuff, there's no exception either. Oh well, just get back out here and haul freight and stuff again. No. My business is in trouble because I don't have revenue. I don't have any revenue to put into my business. And so now I got to borrow against you. That means that's money I got to pay back. If I'm borrowing stuff against my credit, again, doesn't matter if I have a good line of credit, they give me 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. That's money that don't belong to you. That's money you can borrow towards your business, but you're going in it with the aspect of paying it back on the business that you're in. But if the business that you're in is not allowing you to make the revenue necessary for you to pay back the creditors and stuff like that, then you just set yourself back. So what good is it to have good credit and stuff, and then you don't have the revenue necessary to pay back the loans and stuff for the business endeavors that you're in? You ultimately want to have your own money, so whatever it is that you want to go and do, you can do it, and you can set your own interest level, because you're borrowing against yourself as opposed to a bank where they might say, well, yeah, listen, we charge 10%, 15%, 20%. They set the rate and stuff. Is either you accept it or you say, no, I ain't gonna do it. You don't do it, you don't get the money. You accept it, then you understand the terms and agreement. But when you have the money for yourself, which you ultimately want to work towards, then, well, hey, whatever it is, that's what it is. And then if you want to charge yourself interest, you could do that too. And with the interest, it's still going towards you if you want to use it towards anything, right? That's all you. So there's no extra charge and stuff to that. So there's got to be consistency and stuff there to make the money. Otherwise, there's no point in me going into it. There's no sense of me getting in this and being comfortable, because the terms and conditions of this contract that I'm in doesn't allow me to get comfortable. So I'm here simply to make the money because there's something that I'm lacking. It's financial literacy. Okay, well, while I'm in this lease, this is the time right here for me to learn financial literacy and get around those who can get me to understand these things so I can move towards the next step, right? You're not going to go into no lease. You're not going to go into no lease and save up $100,000. I mean, if you can, that's wonderful. But, that's not what the program's set up for. You're getting your money right away as quickly as possible and stuff, so that, because you're setting up a business, and so, you're getting straight pay. With straight pay, that means you get all your money, no taxes being taken out against you. But, starting your business, you're going to be taking a loss for the first 5 years. The IRS understands this, so that's why they're not going to be so hard up on trying to get their money, because if they look at all your startup expenses, which they already know, all your startup expenses and stuff like that, if you had to pay all these things up front and you don't have the money to start with, then you got to go out there and borrow it. But being that it's in a business setting, a business aspect, they're going to get their money based upon the purchases that you make. If you go buy you a truck, if you go buy you got to have the licenses and all these other things there. That's where they get their money from. And then when they see that you begin to be profitable, that's when they'll start to get the money from you. But because if you starting that business, everything that you're into, you're paying taxes. Your business licensing, your 2290, your truck, your fuel, all these things consist of taxes that's attached to it. So they're still getting their money, which is what they ultimately want you to do. So you're able to take this loss and stuff, but by you being able to take this loss, this is the time necessary for you to go out here and get the things, set up your true portfolio. So when you put it into fruition, you already know what to do. So some things, You know, a lot of people want to be into a hurry and stuff to get this, that, or whatever and stuff, and that's not what it's about, because you may decide to say, well, hey man, listen, this ain't for me, period. You know, yeah, I got to understand of the business and stuff like that. It's just, man, look, I don't want to do this, man. I don't want to be out here on this road, period. I'm done driving trucks, you know. And so you say, hey, listen, I'm out of it, man. You know, I'm going to go and I'm going to just do something else. So, here's your equipment and stuff back, and that's that. That's your walk away right there. Or same thing, okay, stuff like that. So I'm going to go here and get that. Here's your necessary stuff for me to, you know, I'll move on to the next thing. Now I got my equipment and stuff over here, so I'm paying every month instead of every week now. So things get a little tough and stuff like that. It was a bad week. Okay, well, you can regroup. The bank's not looking for their money and stuff for not another 3 weeks. But being that you've been in this lease program and stuff like that, you know, you understand that your expenses have been cut in half now. So, you know, I can afford to take some time off if I need to. That sort of issue and stuff there. I mean, you know, it's giving you that type of financial discipline. But, you know, jumping into something and not having any kind of understanding about it, right? The time to get the understanding is when you're a company driver, when the expenses are on them. You want to learn about the truck and stuff. Don't wait till you get the truck yourself, right? Learn on that. You still driving their truck anyway. Learn about, you know, okay, well, this went out. What made that go out? And then what's the step in order to get it fixed? You know, so when you're in the shops and stuff like that, you know, turn into a learning assignment. When you go in there and stuff, and you're dealing with the safety department or dealing with billing and stuff, when you see things for what it is, right? You look and see those load tenders and how the load tenders and stuff work. You're in that place of operation. So, you know, don't do what an employee does and stuff and just say, okay, yeah, I'm here to render a service and that's that, and get my paycheck on Friday. But, you know, ultimately you want to go into business for yourself. Business is going on all around you. So, you know, when business is going on all around you, you got to get yourself involved in it. There's no colleges or no classes that you can go to and stuff. I mean, you can get what you can from you know, on YouTube and stuff like that. You can go on social media and get somewhat of an understanding. But, you know, a lot of stuff is hands-on. What is it that you see? What is that you see that's going on? You know, somebody that's in that department, you can go in there, you can talk to them. Okay, what is it that you do exactly? And they'll give you the one-on-one. They'll give you the whole play. Okay, this is the reason why, you know, daggone, why is the safety department and stuff so hard on us? And then you got a chance to go in there and stuff, and they're telling you, like, you know, you might not like what you want to hear. You might not like what's being said to you and stuff like that, because you think, okay, well, they're just being hard on me because they don't want me to do this, that, whatever. But then, you know, you got to imagine yourself. You got to imagine yourself and stuff in their shoes too and stuff. When you get pulled over by the DOT, right? When you go and get, you know, they pull you into a scale house. The truck's not yours, the trailer's not yours and stuff. But you know what? You're still responsible for it. So that means they're not going to be holding the company responsible for nothing. They're going to be saying, okay, well, let me look at your logbook. Did you do this? You know, when they go and check the truck up and down and stuff like that, it was your responsibility to make sure that it was on the up and up. You signed it, right? So that means that any kind of violation that you get, that's on you. You know, it ain't you and the trucking company that's there to say, okay, yeah, we got your back. So when the DOT start messing with you and all that stuff there, they're going to be wanting answers. They're going to be wanting answers to those questions. You got to be able to answer them. Well, it's the same thing with the safety department. When they go in there and they start doing audits and stuff like that, you know, that's based upon the things that you got turned in or what you don't have turned in and so on and so forth. When they do those audits, it ain't nobody but them that's in there and the DOT. And they got to be answering up the stuff of what's going on with the entire company. You know? So when they say, well, listen, man, you got to make sure this paperwork and stuff is in here, because if they get audited and that paperwork ain't in there, guess who the company gets the fine. And if they get too many fines and stuff, then everybody's out of business. Well, we got to close the doors and stuff like that. The first people that they're going to get on, the owner of the company, first person they're gonna get on is the director of safety. Hey man, listen, how do we get all these fines and stuff like that? It's your responsibility to make sure that this is what I pay you to do. To make sure that these drivers are turning in these things and so on and so forth. Right? You have to develop a system to make sure that these things and stuff are in here. So, it's not them being a butthole. It's him saying, okay, this is what I have to do in order to keep a job here, to keep these doors open. Because if the DOT rules and stuff that this place is too unsafe, and they like, all right, your authority is suspended. Your authority is suspended till you get all these things right. And here it is, I'm a safety director, and my job is to make sure that all the things and stuff are supposed to be on the up and up, and they ain't there. Now it's my head in the sling. Okay. The owner gonna come in, he gonna get rid of me and find somebody else. But the whole purpose of me getting the job is to say, well, I'm gonna make sure that everything stuff that you have is on the up and up. So when they come in here, if they decide to come in here, right, then we're gonna be ready for them. Nobody wants to get put out of business behind, some kind of because of those issues and stuff there, but it happens. If they rule in that favor and say, well, this place is too unsafe, but you got all these safety people and stuff in here. If I own the company, man, what you mean? All right, my operation is shut down? It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that scene. It's gonna be like that scene in New Jack City. Everybody sitting around in the table and stuff like that. Like, you talking about $1 million business reduced to rubble. Somebody got to pay. Somebody got to pay for this, man. I ain't making no money no more and stuff. You was supposed to be in charge of the operation. We supposed to be counting the dollars. But that's how business and stuff work. Same thing. People that, your CPAs. People that do your CPAs and stuff. Okay, I don't understand the tax laws and stuff like that. Not all of them. So I'm hiring you to sit there and make sure that my stuff is straight. So what is it that I need? And so they're telling you, okay, well, if you got any kind of receipts and, bring your receipts in and stuff and bring this in and stuff and we'll take care of that for you. This is how much it's going to cost. And then you sitting there, you paying the money. And then now the IRS and stuff is saying, okay, yeah, we got to audit you. You're chosen and stuff for the audit. They're coming after you and stuff, but then they're saying, well, we're coming after you because of the paperwork that was filed. You don't know anything about it. Like, man, now you're going over to the CPA and say, man, dude, what the heck going on? IRS is coming down on me. I'm paying you because I thought that you had to understand about how the tax laws and everything work. So this very thing wouldn't happen, and now it's happening. Okay. I'm facing fines and penalties. And if it's bad enough and stuff, I might be facing jail time. Now, that's a bit of a stretch though, but fines and penalties. But the CPA and stuff is supposed to be having an understanding about those tax laws and stuff like that. They tell you what to bring and then you're bringing it to them, and then they still messing it up and stuff. They're not going to be working for you very much longer. Hey, look, let me go somewhere else to somebody who knows what they're doing. Because I shouldn't be going through this and stuff. I shouldn't be receiving those kind of notifications through the IRS, especially if they're telling me what to do and I'm doing it. Now, if you ain't following direction and stuff, then yeah, you hire people to do certain things and stuff for you because you're not going to have the time to do it for yourself. Well, you as being a company driver or you being in a position of being a lease operator and stuff like that, there's certain things and stuff that has to be done in order for things to be on the up and up. So when you understand these things here, you understand that, well, okay, my argument isn't very logical. So now, when you start to have the conversations, you start to have conversations about the logical things. And now people can talk to you on a business setting, on a business aspect. But, it's all about this emotion stuff like that. Yeah, I'll listen to your emotion. Hey, it's getting me out of work and stuff for an hour over something that I already know. Yeah, if you ain't making money, you're going to be very disturbed. But, they anticipate you to go in and stuff with your emotion And that's what happens. Oh, well, this company right here was messed up because this is what they did to me. They had me doing this and they had me doing that. You know, what does that have to do with business? Now put that in the context of business. It don't make sense. But when you're emotional and stuff, you know, you always try to rationalize nonsense and BS all the time. Oh, well, hey, listen, you know, and that's a lot of time people call me about the same nonsense. You want me to sign off so you can rationalize your own nonsense and stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm giving it to you from a business aspect, from a business point of view, and say, well, does that make sense? When you look at it from that aspect there of business, does that make sense? They're doing this to me and they're doing that to me. Yes, because there's something that you're doing on the aspect of business that's going to be affecting business overall. So they got to shut you down to make sure that they have these certain things just in case somebody pops up and say, well, hey, you know what, let's do an audit, and we're going to start with the very person and stuff, you know, whose paperwork is missing. Now you got a $10,000 fine coming. That's to the company. Because you refused to turn, because you didn't turn in certain paperwork and stuff that's supposed to be reflective of the thing that you said that you so-called did. They're waiting on that. So they ain't got no other way and stuff but to shut you down to keep that very thing and stuff from happening. So I'd rather have you shut down for a day and stuff while you go and look for this paperwork that we need in order to keep everything on the up and up than for you to keep on going. And then now we got a $10,000 fine when we're supposed to be in the business of making money. You know, when you pay fines and penalties and stuff, that's paying it to a whole bunch of nothingness. You don't get nothing out of it. Anytime you spend some money, you need to be getting something out of it. The satisfaction of knowing, okay, well, yeah, I spent this money and I got this type of satisfaction, or this added on to my business, and so on and so forth. I just spent money for the sake of spending it, man. Shoot, I can find a lot of unconstructed things and stuff to do with that than just give it away. You know, a $5 light bulb gonna cost you a $50 fine because the DOT caught you, because you don't know how to sit there and say, okay, well, yeah, let me go over here and change this light, or at least bring it to somebody's attention and say, well, hey, listen, man, I don't know how to change it. Let me take it somewhere and stuff and get it changed before somebody sees it, and now I get a ticket for it. I remember, you got those CDLs and stuff, those driver license things don't apply. When you got driver license, oh, they'll let you slide with a whole bunch of stuff. CDL, you can be in your own car. Those same thing. If they want to run an inspection on your car, you know, a lot of people didn't realize that. They can do an inspection on your car. But you whip out them CDLs and stuff like that, oh, now they'll do an inspection on your car on the side of the road if you got a CDL. Make sure that this working properly, that's working properly. Let me see your paperwork and stuff is on the up and up. And that's how they ain't cutting no breaks. They ain't cutting no slacks. And so because of that, you know, you got to be on the up and up on everything that you do. It's only for the aspect of business. This daggone phone about to go dead. All right, fellas. So like I said, you know, I said I was gonna get back up here, do a live and stuff, and I did that. I had to erase the first footage and stuff because, you know, somebody wanted to sit there and disturb me at the fact when I was doing my live feed and stuff. I don't like doing that right there and stuff. So anyway, that's my time, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me your time and your energy so that you can get out here and make the resource necessary to go into your aspect of business. And with that being said, check me out on Instagram, which is Rhode Island Red Rooster 22. Rhode Island Red Rooster 22 on Instagram, where I'm posting up things about my 2013 Freightliner Cascadia. My contact information is on my YouTube page. Feel free to hit me up. I say text me first. Let me know who you are. Let me know what the subject matter is. That way I can get prepared, let you know what time and stuff I'll be free so we can go into constructive dialogue. And with that being said, this your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Tell you as always, continue to do your research, fact find, and studies. Honest on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.